I am King Bai, Sage the Writer Part 1, Mythical Invasion. On a planet in the near future, in a galaxy far away, there existed an orb much like Earth, though slightly larger and underdeveloped. Its seas and rivers were molten lava, and the skies were perpetually clouded with obsidian smoke that continually flowed from the planet's celestial body. Suddenly, a tall creature with the body of a brown bear and the head of a dire wolf leapt from the sea of lava. Landing on the ashen ground, it shook its fur free of slag, and a giant, scaly rat surfaced from the magma. The creature grabbed the pest by its tail and dragged it up a trail marked with bones. It climbed a hill and stopped at the base of a towering burnt tree surrounded by piles of bones. The creature sat down and sliced open the rat's midsection, devouring its insides. As it ate, the smoke clouds above churned violently. There was a clap of thunder, and tiny droplets of translucent, multicolored liquid fell from the sky, staining the ashen shore. The colored liquid bubbled and converged a few yards away, slowly forming into a giant chimera. Its red head, black body, and green tail looked around, smirking. This seems like an ideal planet to rule, the chimera spoke in a feminine tone. The chimera spotted the creature atop the hill, and it stared at her with curiosity. It stood and began to descend the hill. The chimera watched as the creature approached, then stopped when it reached her, towering over the creature at 40 feet. "Oh, hello down there," the chimera said. "My name is Sia. You must be my new servant. Fetch me a meal, will you? I've traveled many light years and I am literally famished." Chop chop. The creature slowly tilted its head from side to side in confusion. After a long pause, it shrugged its massive shoulders, turning around and heading back toward the hill. Sa's patience snapped. "Why, you insolent little speck," she screamed. Puffing out her chest, she unleashed a jet of fire from her maw, engulfing the creature in orange flames. When the flames subsided, the creature leapt toward Sa's face, snatching out her left eye. She let out a blood-curdling scream as the creature landed on the ground, holding the eyeball in its claws. The sky parted, and a beam of light descended on the mythical beast. You bastard, just you wait. I'm not the only monster you'll have to worrying about. Your end is nigh." Her voice echoed on the final word, and she vanished. The creature eyed the eyeball, and its stomach rumbled. It took a bite, and a green fluid splashed onto its face. Its eyes widened in satisfaction as it devoured the enormous orb in one gulp. The creature fell to its knees and let out a powerful roar, causing the lava to churn as the ground shook. A few moments later, the creature passed out, sprawled at the base of the hill. Not long after, the creature's eyes opened, and it pushed itself off the ground, scratching its belly. A flock of large, four-winged birds dive-bombed out of the smoke clouds, their necks stretching toward the lava. The birds scooped the basalt into their giant beaks, drinking it down. The creature watched hungrily as its stomach growled. It squatted low to the ground, then leapt into the air. With lightning-fast reflexes, it snatched one of the birds from the sky, sending the others scattering back into the clouds. The creature landed back on the shore, placing its foot on the bird's neck. The fowl chirped weakly, and the creature adjusted its foot slightly. Snapping the bird's neck, it dragged the bird up the hill, sat down beneath the tree, and devoured it whole. After the meal, the creature lay on its back, snoring loudly with a contented smile on its face. Hours later, a large portion of the smoke clouds drifted down from the sky, floating above the sea of lava. The vapor twisted and turned, materializing into a large black griffin with 3 yellow eyes on its eagle head. "So, this is the planet Sia chose. I see the potential," the griffin said in a low tone. It performed a few aerial loops before landing and folding its wings. Just then, a swarm of lava rats scurried out of the molten sea, rushing toward the griffin. The rodents bit at him, swarming his body. His wings snapped open, releasing a powerful gust of wind. The griffin took to the air, knocking the pests away in every direction. A few rats landed on the hill. Moments later, the creature sat up, blood on its face. Letting out a loud yawn, it scratched its torso and stood. While in the air, the griffin spotted the creature walking down the hill, slurping up the rat tail hanging from its maw. That must be the creature who injured SIA, the griffin thought. The griffin puffed out its chest and let out a loud, mixed caw as it dive-bombed toward the ground. The creature looked up, tilting its head as the griffin landed, gracefully, and stretched out its large wings, making its 50-foot body seem even larger. I am Samson, cousin to SIA, and I'm here to get revenge. The creature turned away, heading back toward the hill. Samson stared at it in disbelief. SIA was right. This thing is a disrespectful little cretin. Samson crouched low, his back end in the air, and suddenly pounced. He knocked the creature to the ground, pecking it repeatedly in the back. After a few strikes, he jumped back, licking grey liquid from his beak. Samson smoked. "You taste delicious." The creature's body suddenly vanished into ash. Samson was shocked as the creature appeared in the air and landed on his back, straddling him. It dug its claws into his flesh. Blood oozed from the wounds, and Samson yelped in pain. With a mighty flap of his wings, Samson took off into the air, bucking wildly. The creature dug its claws deeper into his back, and as Samson ascended higher, the two beasts tumbled into the smoke clouds. Samson thrashed around in an attempt to dislodge the creature, but it removed one claw and stabbed it through his head. The creature flexed its claws and tore off Samson's head. The creature threw its head back in a victorious roar as Samson's corpse began to fall. It kicked off Samson's body, landing on top of the hill as the body melted upon contact with the lava. The creature unhinged its jaw and bit into Samson's skull, peeling the skin and muscles away from the bone. With a powerful inhale, it slurped the meat down its gullet. The creature walked toward the fallen tree, placing Samson's skull by the roots. It let out a giant yawn, rapidly blinking its eyes, before finally closing them and lying down on top of the hill, snoring loudly.